there will never be a time in the world again with fewer robots. So we need graduates who can work alongside, with and on robots and to actually shape that future.
Hey, I'm Dan. I'm the lead robotics technician here at AUT. I work with these university robots every day, developing them, testing them and taking them out into the real world. I'm also working with some of our students here as they start building and experimenting with the quadrupeds. So behind me are the two unitary humanoid robots we have, AUTo and AUTaia. And we've got 3 quadrupeds that the students are spending a lot of time developing. So over this series, we're going to take you guys behind the scenes as we figure out what these robots can actually do. Some of it will work, a lot of it probably won't, but honestly that's kind of the point of doing research and development.
They can be autonomous. At the moment they're being controlled so that they're safe. You look a little concerned, and so
they can be not controlled and they just kind of be there.
They can just wander around.
Oh wow.
Within certain environments, yeah.
Our Vice-Chancellor is genuinely excited about AI and robotics, and he's always looking for the chances to take these robots out in front of people.
Okay, hold on, I want to drive the quadruped. The robots have a real-world application, and that's what we're particularly interested in. Hello, how are you? So we want our students to know about robotics, about how it works, and particularly we want them to learn about contemporary and future-facing robotics.
All of this sits inside a much bigger shift towards physical AI, and that's where Abby comes in. He leads the AI Acceleration Centre and spends a lot of his time looking at where all this is heading.
We can't really be looking at what's in front of us right now, so we needed to have a look at the future a little bit. And embedding AI into robotics is clearly what's coming up. And so AUT wanted to be ahead of that curve. So that's why we saw robotics as the right thing to look at.
The format of the data needs
right,
to
so
be.
the next step is just to get a very simple movement.
Just like it waving.
Generative AI is very much focused on your desktop, and that's getting broader with agentic AI and things like OpenClaw and Claude Cowork. But the next place, of course, is embodied AI. So that's AI in physical devices that move around within the world and can take actions themselves. AUT wants to be at the forefront of that and leading in that space.
So instead of just interacting with AI on a screen, we're now getting these models to understand the physical world and interact with us, which is a very different challenge.
One of the things that universities can do, which many institutions, businesses, iwi community partners can't, is invest in this kind of technology in a way that makes it accessible to other people. So it's really important for the future of robotics and New Zealand that we have someone like AUT bringing this technology in a way that helps others understand it.
Our students who are joining us this year will be entering the workforce in 3 or 4 years' time. That's when we're thinking AI will be embodied in these robots. So it's right for our students to be investing in that.
Yeah, so you guys should try to do this as well.
One of the things that AUT is really contributing by doing this work is actually thinking about the broader context for robotics, which means thinking about things that if we left it to an unthinking or commercially driven partner might not be the first thing they think of. So we need robot guardians, not just robots. We need robot AI principles, not just to step into AI. We have to make sure that what we do is right for us.
3, 2, 1.
That's why we take the robots out of the lab into the real world. Seeing how people react and interact is a really important part of the learning.
A great example is the Auckland Football Club. So we've taken the robots in a place where people can actually see them, and it's led to a whole lot of curiosity. And then also it's coming at a moment where AI is very much in the forefront of a range of people's minds. So while there is often some confusion between the robotics piece and the AI piece, the fact that our robots are both is a powerful proposition in this moment. One of the many responses people have to the robots, and which many people at a University of Technology like ours has, is inspiration. You know, this is excitement. It's this leaning in, trying to understand, trying to see how you can use robots in what ways. And so one of the great things is to see people be inspired and interested and curious about this, which is at the very heart of what a university is and should be.
the first time when I saw that, I feel it's so cool. Yeah, and then the question comes of how can I start with this project?
Welcome to AUT.
That's Julia. She runs the robotics program and leads the work with the quadrupeds, the robot dogs.
They can test out the algorithms they designed. They can also to assemble, to calibrate all the stuff, mechanical stuff. Actually, it's AI-driven the project which combine all the mechanical and AI as well.
The only way to do that is to actually put them in positions to learn about, to actually get their hands on these technologies and to actually shape that future.
One of the major applications we want to work on is industrial inspections.
The students are making great progress and really passionate about working with the robots.
It was way more capable with aerobatics than what I was actually expecting.
Behind the scenes, there's a whole team working on this. You've got Alex and Tim from the AI Acceleration Centre and Yen Roy, a PhD student helping program the robots.
It's a not simple project. You also need to be able to collaborate all the mechanical, all the joints. You need to know all the mechanical stuff. You also need to be able to trace the AI model.
I guess that's one of the things we're actually finding out by having these robots now. We're learning firsthand what skills are required, but one of the things we'll always need is that critical thinking, understanding of what we're trying to achieve, which a university is great for developing within our students.
This is where we figure out what's working, what's not, and what we try next. One of the things we've been working on is setting up teleoperation of the robots. So this allows us to record robot actions. So we put the headset on, the VR headset, and it tracks all our hands and joint positions and then streams them into the robot, so the robot follows that. The reason we want to use it is to make the robots act autonomously. Yeah. So we can train the robot through teleoperation to move, say, a box from position A to position B. Call it imitation learning. So essentially the robot's trying to imitate our actions. Because it'll start tracking your positions straight away.
Wow, well done, guys.
Most days are just implementing, testing, iterating. That's the job, and sometimes the robots really keep us on our toes. And yeah, it doesn't always go to plan.
Yeah, I think often people are used to kind of black box technology where you put something in and something pops out at the end. That is not often a place where we deepen understanding, where we are actually actively researching. You know, our phones work all the time. Almost no one knows how they work. These are real developing emergent technologies, and that means that both there are mistakes as well as new possibilities will emerge in this moment. So this is exactly the moment you want universities leaning in, and it's incredibly important for New Zealand that we don't just become consumers of a technology. That's a great risk for us.
Humanoid in the future can be a good mate at your home, can be a good person to care about the elderly. So I think in the future, I think the next 10 or 20 years, that will be all this application we can see in the whole world.
So the goal is to take all of these ideas, the research, the testing, and actually make them usable.
That's the ethics of robotics. That's thinking about the health and safety of robotics. That's thinking about the equitable access to robotics. That's ensuring that robotics support human endeavour, not the other way around.
There's the human side of things, being ethical in how we might apply this technology, investigating what some of the ethical implications are. So it's not necessarily how to apply the technology, but also thinking about how that technology should be applied.
Because how we use this technology matters just as much as what the technology can do.
We have all been surprised by the rate of improvement and the rate of capability growth that we've seen in these robots. And so in 3 years' time, if anything like that trajectory continues, we will see exponential gains in what they can do.
We're still really early in that curve, but it's exciting to see how much progress the field is making.
There will be a world where robots are an increasing part of our future, and that's going to be for everyone. So this is an opportunity to enter that in a way that is thoughtful, that meets your ambitions and needs, but actually allows you to be employable and ready for this future world.
The sorts of things we're learning, you wouldn't be learning anywhere else.
So if you're interested in robotics or just curious about where this is heading, follow along. We're learning this in real time and we've got some pretty incredible pieces of technology here. These are the first humanoid robots in New Zealand.